Today I'm going to be talking to you about what my group and I feel like the top 10 things we learned this semester are. So, let's begin. Number 10. Poverty. Since ancient times in China, education was one of the only ways out of poverty. One of the worst things about that is, in China you only get one chance to show your worth. Not like in America where we get thousands and thousands of chances, even if we don't deserve them. In China, you fail to show your worth, it's off to the brick factory for you, living with mommy and daddy. I feel like students should know about this because they take their chances for granted when they should be thankful that they have so many chances to take. Number 9. Scientific research and technological development. Scientific research and technological development have had a transforming effect on human history, starting new inventions such as computer. A result of these advancements is that we were able to send a man into Earth's orbit, then eventually put a man on the moon. Also, because of these advancements, we were able to create the Salk vaccine to fight off polio disease. Advances in the sciences have redefined the world we live in and the lives we lead. Number 8. The rise of totalitarianism. It started after World War I was over in 1919 and ended in 1939. After World War I, post-war social changes have increased drastically. During this event, new technology, new literature, and new scientific theories came around. Women became more involved in the United States because before the war they weren't allowed to. After the war, women were allowed rights for certain things. Women were allowed to now vote, and a woman named Moran Ferguson was elected as Texas governor. During this time period, the world went through the Great Depression. People had no jobs, no food, and no money. Number 7. The developing world. It started in 1945, and we are still going through it because we are still developing the world. Mainly about trying to improve and grow into industries, economics, traditions to develop into a better world. Africa was also trying to develop to seek a better future. Africa had to establish industries, build transportation, develop resources, and solve the problem of a lot of poverty. First, Africa had to choose how they were going to run their country. Africa chose socialism like most other countries chose to help improve their country. Number 6. Regional conflicts. Conflicts have always divided nations. Many wars and conflicts arise over differences, but the conflicts don't always arise from differences. Sometimes they happen because certain groups are not treated fairly. Sometimes these differences may lead to a civil war or the divide of a nation. Number 5. World War I. World War I started in July 28, 1914. It started because of the assassination of a man named Archduke Ferdinand. The countries that were involved were Russia, France, Great Britain, the United States, Germany, Austria, Hungary, Italy, and Turkey. There were 2 alliance systems. The allied powers were Russia, France, Great Britain, and the United States. The central powers were Germany, Austria, Hungary, Italy, and Turkey. The war ended by Germany surrendering on November 11, 1918, ending World War I. Then all nations had agreed to stop fighting while the terms of peace were negotiated. Number 4. World War II and its aftermath. World War II started September 1st, 1939 and ended September 2nd, 1945. This event included overrulers and overthrown governments or countries, appeasements and peace treaties that were almost met to their requirements. During the Spain collapsed into a civil war with the nationalists led by General Francisco Franco. Germans wanted to get revenge for losing World War I. Also, during this, the Holocaust happened, but we will talk more about that later on. Number 3. The Cold War. The Cold War started in 1947, right after World War II was over, and ended in 1991. During the Cold War, tension was horrible. Nuclear weapons being used to confront other countries. More countries get involved with the Cold War, like the United States and the Soviet Union. It could have been a nuclear war, but both sides were playing defense because they each knew that the other had a nuclear bomb. Each were only going to send it if the other one did first, and no one wanted to be responsible for the destruction of the entire planet. If one side sends a nuclear bomb, we'll be waiting to send ours. They'll win for about 5 minutes, but we'll get them after we're gone. Number 2. New nations emerge. Colonies and countries gain independence and face challenges. Colonies such as the British India, Vietnam, Kashmir, Indonesia, and Siran to gain independence. Each of these colonies/countries fought each other to see who is best suited and united as a group of government. Some colonies had to face challenges such as political stability, increased population, storms, floods, innovations, and any other natural disaster that happens. Number 1. Genocide. Throughout history, there's been genocide, and it happens for different reasons. Like, I don't like that race, I'm gonna go kill them all, or they don't agree with my views, I'm gonna kill them all. They don't support what I believe in, I'm gonna go kill them all. Like in an African nation in Rwanda, people share the same language but other cultural differences. Houthi led government and eliminated other members of an opposing political government. The one case that people most know, and I mean most know, there was a German politician named Adolf Hitler who wanted to exterminate all the Jews because he felt like everything wrong in the world was done by them. All these people torn away from their families, some sent to work till they die, and most sent to the gas chambers to die. And it's honestly the worst thing that happened in life. Like, that's the worst thing that can happen in history. Thanks for listening to what my group and I thought were the most important things